If you're a hemp wholesaler or wholesaler in general, or you do B2B in the cannabis industry, then you probably want to see this, and this video is for you. This is how we made a hemp wholesaler $43,000 from B2B email marketing in just 30 days time. We went ahead and automated their sales process with B2B flows and systems. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how we did that. So from what you can see here, this is a screenshot of their backend. So you can see that, it is authentic. We made them this amount from May 1st to May 29th, 2023, which is just this month as of filming this. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how we did this throughout the entire video. I recommend that you stay until the end because it's going to be completely value-based. It's going to be things that you can apply yourself, and there's probably a lot of value that you can go ahead and use to optimize your revenue without expecting me to sell you on our service, if that makes sense. So for this specifically, here's what I'm going to cover in this video, and notice that I'm not going to talk much about our services because this is not with the intention to sell you. This is to provide value. So what I want to cover is their challenges, their current situation versus their goal, our exact strategy breakdown that you can take a screenshot of and apply yourself, our pricing and offer, just so you have a better idea of what we were actually offering and why they went with us, then our solutions to their obstacles and challenges, and our key changes that shifted their revenue. I'm going to be showing you the results of that and how you can do that all too. So again, super valuable, stay until the end. But just to jump straight into it, here are the challenges of the situation that we walked into to begin with. So first of all, they had no email marketing for B2B at all. They didn't even know that that was possible. Second of all, they had no list growth, and they had a tiny list of people to target or tiny list of clients that were converting. Then they had no B2B system in place whatsoever. They had like a CRM and a team that was cold calling from time to time, but that was about it. And even when clients showed interest, they had no form, they had no way of optimizing or streamlining that process. They also, again, kind of following on from my last point, they had to do the manual labor of calling the leads, following up with them, and relying on the sales team to get those sales or kind of retarget them. They had no communication with their B2B clients, and they were relying on organic purchases as opposed to following up with them like a B2C would. Then they had no retargeting or follow-up process, and they also had to maintaining those relationships just took way too much of their time, which they didn't have. So with that being said, here are the solutions that we walked into and built out for them. First of all, we built out a B2B based sending strategy, which is really important for campaigns. We built our B2B facing flows, which not a lot of people have, if any at all. We helped them build out a B2B streamlined system that is integrated and measurable, which I'll show you now. Then we built out a kind of a way to improve their overall messaging, retargeting, and the value that they were providing. We increased their audience growth. So we actually grew their list. We did the scraping for them, and we grew their list for that. Then we increased the return rate and spending amount per purchase. So everything you would want out of your marketing is exactly what we did for them. So just to go ahead and show you exactly how that looks, here's the back end, like I said, and you can see May 1st until May 29th, and you can see the campaigns alone, on average $7,000, or we've done $7,000 just for their wholesale starter pack, which they launched. We did a product launch, which wasn't a sale-based promotion. They did $6,000 from that. So luckily with the B2B, as you know, it's higher ticket prices and it's higher ticket purchases. But in terms of their overall revenue, $22,000 alone, just from campaigns. But the impressive part is that 50%, almost 50% of their overall revenue is from the flows and the automations that we set up. So this is passive. Whether we send out a campaign or not, it would still generate this amount, which is really important to note. And you can see that just from their sending, the browse flow for B2B, which is very impressive. So their B2B browse flow is generating $11,000 alone just from being delivered to 200 people odd. So that's really impressive. Then the onboarding flow, which I'll go over, I'll actually show you the exact structure in about 2 minutes time. You can take screenshots of that and apply it yourself. I'm not going to be holding anything behind the curtain, but that flow alone generates them about $8,000 just from 87 people getting that email. So you can see that the value in that is huge. So just to show you the general strategy that we go by, feel free to take a screenshot of this, like I said. But we have the overall goal of obviously increasing their revenue and becoming a go-to for people sourcing their products from us. So the way that we set it up is very simple. In terms of flows, we set up an outreach flow, onboarding flow, educational flow, win-back flow, and cross-sell flow. These are the most important. And then apart from that is obviously the nuances of what those actually look like. Then the campaigns, we make sure that it's a little bit more valuable instead of being promotional. And as a byproduct of that value, B2B don't really have time to read emails. They're getting tons of unsolicited emails as it is. So we make it value-based and then they get something from it. Lastly, we do segmentation where we're kind of targeting warm leads and cold leads very differently, and we're targeting past clients very differently as well. Then we're obviously growing their list size. So the most important thing that we've done for them is grow that list size and increase the amount that, their audience size and the amount that people are spending. So to go ahead and show you what that onboarding flow looks like, this is what we set up for this client specifically. Again, it's the exact structure. Go ahead and apply it yourself. But essentially what we do is we do a series of a few emails. So just to be very clear, this is people that have converted and have either filled out the form to become a wholesaler, have shown interest in becoming a wholesaler before, or buying your products as white label or whatever services you offer if you're B2B. It's if they've shown interest, if they've already been approved, or if they, you have a conversation with them. So these are the warm leads and also converted leads already. So what we do is we send them an email once they've been approved or whatever it is in the process. We send them an email saying, hey, you just got approved. Here is the steps to making your first order. So we're streamlining the process. Instead of them having to figure it out, go to your website, contact you, call you, whatever it is, we're eliminating that entire process, because the more steps that they have to make, the less likely they are to convert. So we took away that entire process. We make it a streamlined process where they fill out a form. Once they fill out the form, we get the information, we import the list, and they get this email immediately saying, hey, you just got approved, here's the steps to making that purchase. If they don't make a purchase within 2 days of getting that email, getting approved, then we send them a reminder, and then thereafter we just constantly send them some value. So we say them, hey, here's how you can get assistance. You can place an order here, or you can just go to your profile and enter XYZ. Then we even give them some value on, hey, is this what your customers are looking for? And we give them some value on whether your selling point is your pricing, your delivery time, or your order minimum. We have all of those included in this email. So it's your selling points on why people should use you and use your services or use your products. So that's essentially that. You can go ahead and get the idea of what else we build out. Then for your information, you can take a screenshot of this, but this is our win back. So when a client has placed with an order with us before, we wait a certain amount of time and we send them an email saying, hey, it's been a while since you converted. Just haven't heard back from you, but I wanted to give you an update on what we've been doing since you last purchased. Here's some products that you might take an interest in. Here's what was changed, etc., etc. So take a screenshot of this. I'm not going to go into depth with it, but this is exactly how we generated these kind of results for this company specifically, and how you can do it as well, which I hope has been valuable. So again, just to reiterate, this is where they were previously, and if you are in the same position or you are a B2B based company in this industry, then please book a call with me. It's going to be a one-on-one consultation, and I would recommend you book this call if number one, you want to scale your revenue, number two, if you're stagnating, number three, if you've had similar problems to this company, and number four, if you want solutions and growth, especially to streamline the process. I know most B2B do not have this in place. We've spoken to tons of companies that just don't do this. So if you want to streamline it, if you want to eliminate, how much time you're spending on the marketing, and you also just want to get more revenue, this is probably ideal. So the conversation will just be from, one business owner to another, where I'm going to find out exactly what problems you're facing, where you guys are at currently, and establish whether we can even come in and help you. Either way, it's more one-on-one consultation where I'm going to give you more free value based on the information you tell me about what you guys are doing, and hopefully you walk away with value and you kind of maybe want to consider working with us, because we've done it really well for this client, like you saw. So again, the guarantee that we have with this client, because we don't work with anyone if we cannot give them a guarantee. The guarantee is that we work so with this client specifically, if we didn't generate the amount of revenue that we promised, then we wouldn't get paid. And one of the other guarantees we've had with a similar client is we work on performance. So it's completely up to you, but either way, we have a guarantee in place to make sure that we have all the risk and there's no downfall for you. So if we don't produce, you don't pay. So there's really no downside to it. So if you want to see this, whether you guys have the same potential, whether we're a good fit and you want to get the same results, then feel free to jump on a call with me, and I look forward to it until then. So enjoy the rest of your week or your day, and hopefully we'll have a conversation soon.